Hi, I'm Hannah Ivy, and I'm the science teacher on our team. A couple of things I want to talk to you is this is the first year we've actually had a specific tag science class. In the past, the students that were identified as tag for science were just sort of embedded in the regular classroom. And so the curriculum, there is no tag curriculum for science. It's just expansion and breadth and depth of the knowledge and being able to take it to extensions that maybe the general ed students aren't really ready to take. So this year has really been a good challenge for me because I've been able to have those students who are able to take that knowledge and apply it to new situations all in one classroom instead of kind of being mixed in with those that are still sort of struggling on certain things or whatever. So I hope that we're able to do that again with the amount of students next year. But again, there is no different curriculum. So it is the same curriculum, it's just an expansion. And so a couple of things I have some examples of some of the projects that we do to help expand those extensions. But just as an example, one of the things that we have in the 6th grade curriculum in science is to be able to summarize and identify the different rocks and in the rock cycle. And so the minimum is we do this little activity where they have to roll the dice and pretend that they're a rock and they're traveling through the rock cycle. And the minimum is to create a cartoon. That's just the regular assignment. But the extension for the tag student is in being able to create more of a story aligned with it. And so this is an example of one of those where they're able to take their knowledge and make it more creative, make it more theirs, and be able to extend their learning. Also, one thing in science that we do, we use these science notebooks, and this kind of becomes like their Bible, if you will, of everything that we cover within the field. And so it has notes. We'll have journal assignments in here. Again, that's a chance for them to let me know what they know without it being, it's more of a personal relationship, so they can really be more, maybe if they're private, if they're a little more shy, don't like to speak up, this is a way that they can still show me all of the information that they know without it being open to everybody, which I think there's always some students that are like that. But again, the notes, a lot of times for the general ed students, we might do things that are more scaffold for their learning with their notes. Whereas, maybe it's a fill-in-the-blank kind of thing, whereas the tag students, we try and get them to learn to use note-taking skills. And so just trying to improve them as they go at maybe a little faster rate. So that's really science. Are there any questions about science? I'll tell you one thing right now we're doing is alien rescue. And this is a computer program by UT. And we're sort of piloting with other schools in the district, and it is a complete problem-based learning activity. I am not their teacher, and I tell you what, that really frustrates the kids so much because they want to know, is this right, is this right, is this right, and I tell them. And what do I do here? And they have to figure out and go through the steps on their own. And they send these probes to different planets, and they get back this data, and it's just a graph. And it says C or N or H or CH2, and they don't know what that means. They have to think, wait a minute, maybe that's an element, but CH2, that's not an element. This isn't on the periodic. So they're having to do all that processing on their own. And so it's a great way to end the year, but it's also just a great program for the kids to really learn at their level. And so we try and do those problem-based learnings as well.
What do you cover? What science?
In 6th grade, well, our teams are changing actually, but what we really do in science in 6th grade is more physics. We still have some things. We'll cover a little bit of life science, sort of the food chains, and we'll cover a little bit of geology, but for the most part, it's more physics. They are changing our teams a little bit next year, so there will be some change a little bit, but for the most part, it's energy, matter, force and motion. Those are sort of the things we cover. Yeah. Thanks.
you.